I think my level of like Nintendo can do whatever they want and I'll support it has just kind of finally started to dwindle.
Every large corporation on the planet is greedy in some form or fashion. Why anyone is surprised by that, I will never understand, because that's just the way large corporations are.
Yeah, I low-key call it. Unfortunately, not just with Nintendo, with a lot of things, people don't like it. People complain about GameStop forever and ever, and it will stop going.
The Nintendo Switch 2 has been a very controversial system, from things having the game key cards to all the way the system being $450. It's also had games that have been $80. And over the last few weeks, we've seen things like Amiibos go all the way to $50. We've even seen a Super Mario Galaxy Remastered Collection, something that would have been $60 regularly on the Switch one, end up being $70. And today at RetroFest, I wanted to ask the question that everyone's been asking online. Has Nintendo become greedy? And in this video, we're going to find exactly what people truly think of Nintendo right now. All right, Riff. There's been a very heated debate right now over the last few weeks. Is Nintendo becoming greedy?
Nintendo, in my opinion, has been greedy for quite some time now, but my argument is I feel like all of us have been diving into nostalgia for a while, and I feel like we felt like it was justified for a long time. Like, that's my childhood. I love Mario 3. I love Super Mario Galaxy. I love this game from my past. I'll buy it as many times as I need. And I think now we're just at the point where it's too much. It's not even about money for me. For me, it's more about like Mario Galaxy coming out again. I think my level of like Nintendo can do whatever they want and I'll support it has just kind of finally started to dwindle. Right? It's like a relationship of someone who's put up with something for so long. And you're like, well, I love them. I'm going to stick with them. I'm not talking about marriage advice right now. But in the end, there might become a point you're like, I can only handle this for so long. And I just feel like right now everyone's at the breaking point of Nintendo where we're like, we're just kind of done with their greed and we're kind of done supporting it. So, yeah, I'm in that boat. I bought a Switch 2. I bought Mario Kart World. And now the dust plays my console the most.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Okay, well, you gave us an interesting response there.
Mario Odyssey is the greatest game of all time.
I don't know about that one. All right, so I think it'll be very interesting to get a vendor's point of view of this. Do you think that Nintendo has become greedy?
I don't think so. No.
Think so? Okay.
I think what we have to take away from what's going on right now, inflation's a big thing, not only in the gaming community, like let's think in the entire like world right now, inflation is just a big thing. Things are going up, costs are going up, right? So the amount of like, to have 4K in a cartridge itself, right? And then that's gonna cost something, right? Inflation is just gonna hit everybody, and I think everybody's kind of feeling it. But I think what's easy for people to do and what people forget is let's not point blame at anybody. You know, it's not always just one person that's causing this, right? Who's distributing Nintendo's cartridges? You know, that's who's charging X amount of dollars. But then who's charging that labor? What's it costing? Like, there's so many factors. So I don't think Nintendo has become greedy. I just think the market has changed, and people just haven't understood that are in that environment have understood that the market has changed, and therefore prices do have to go up. Okay. It is what it is, right?
Yeah.
Until a third supplier or a second supplier comes in and says, hey, Nintendo, I can give you these cartridges for your Switch 2 at a much lower rate, then we could see a decrease in pricing in how games or how cartridges are made. It could possibly happen.
I think what's really sparked the conversation the most right now is just due to the fact that Mario Galaxy, the remastered collection, was $70. I think is why people are starting to have the concept of, are they greedy or not right now? I mean, I know like the Amiibo price is Mario Kart 8 or World being $80.
Yeah.
But I think, in my opinion, what really sparked it was the fact that a Switch 1 game ended up being $70. And I know the whole debate was, you know, Tears of the Kingdom was $70. I feel like that's one that made sense. You know, it was a bigger cartridge, fully on cartridge, and that was, in my opinion, a premium game. I was fine paying $70.
Okay.
But if you tell somebody else that there's another $70 Switch game, I think it's hard to be like, oh yeah, the other $70 game is a remastered game. And I think that throws people off in the conversation.
Ports are I would say like another conversation to have, because I think like Metroid Prime Remastered was like probably the best way that we ever got a remastered game
Yeah.
It wasn't very expensive. It was $49.99, I think retail is what it was. So 50
40,
bucks.
40.
It was $40,
Yeah.
$39.99,
Yep.
which is great for a reboot game. I mean, it's Metroid Prime from GameCube, and you just give me better graphics, and it feels a little bit better. There's some quality of life adjustments, so it feels good, right?
Yeah.
But with the if you take it on the other side, right, and the Metroid, in the Super Galaxy, right, Super Mario Galaxy, then you're technically paying, what, $35 a game, which is a little more than what we paid for Metroid Prime Remastered anyways, but these aren't remasters. This is just a port. Like, these are just full-on ports from Wii to the Switch.
Yeah.
Switch 2 at that, you know, or Switch 1, or whatever you played on. I think in that aspect, like, give me enough quality of life or enough change in quality, in design, in graphics, and yeah, I think a port is worth it. But give me Super Mario Galaxy that was on the Wii, and just give me, like, what, 4K resolution? It's not as cool, you know, nothing changed. You didn't give me more content, you didn't give me more anything. You know, I'm playing Silk Song right now, so I'm in no rush to buy the new Mario game. I know Woot will have it for $40 in like 6 months or 8 months or whatever, so I'm not worried about it personally. But I think that mentality is dependent on person, right?
Well, thank you for your response,
Yeah,
dude. I
man.
greatly appreciate
No
it.
problem. Thank you for having me, dude.
All right. Has Nintendo become greedy?
Of course.
Okay.
There's no question about it. It's their job.
Okay.
They're in the business of making money, but yeah, they may overreach just a little bit sometimes.
Have you always felt this way, or has it recently come to your mind that they've become greedy? Because I feel like this conversation has been really brewing over the last few months with the Switch 2, and then really with our last Nintendo Direct. I think that's what's really sparked people to say they are greedy after like amiibo prices being up to $50, for example. A Mario Galaxy, a Switch 1 game, going all the way to $70, which is a remastered collection. Mario Kart World being $80, stuff like that. Or have you always felt this way?
I would say public perception that it has gone up, that they have become more greedy, and so then I just tend to agree with them.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I would say I agree.
And then my last question would be, with you being a store owner,
Yeah.
with Nintendo looking to be more greedy, as what people would say,
Yeah, okay.
does that affect your business in any way, good or bad?
Yes. There's a reason you don't see used video game stores with brand new consoles, because, so fun fact, if you order a console from a distributor, so like the Switch 2, retail is
$450.
$450. They're gonna sell it to me for $438, I think is the total.
So just
$12
profit. Okay.
Credit card fees immediately erode any
Oh,
profit.
Yeah, that's
So that's why we do trade only on the consoles. So that's why I will say I see stores, they mark it up to like $600-700 like right when it comes out. I don't agree with that mentality, but if you want them to have it in store, that's the only way they are either gonna have it to make money, or they just won't have it.
okay.
So,
Well, you gave me a lot of interesting perspectives here.
Yeah.
Glad we had you in the video.
You can't make money on new consoles if you're a store owner.
Yeah. Well, thank you for being a part of this.
Appreciate it.
So the question I've been asking everyone,
Okay.
has Nintendo become greedy? It's been something that I think people are questioning over, really with the Switch 2. And then after our last Nintendo Direct, I think that's really what's ignited people to thinking they're greedy.
I don't think so. I mean, business is business. I think people, maybe some of the gamers become greedy. Like, it's like they want more and more stuff for cheaper and for free. But in order for a business to sustain, like, they got to make money. But I guess in certain aspects, I can see where they think like that with the remakes and coming out with games from previous consoles. So I get it.
Fair enough. Well, thank you very much. Greatly
sir.
appreciate that. All right, so we've been asking people all day.
Yeah, another spicy question.
Yes.
He's always asking me spicy questions.
Has Nintendo become greedy?
I definitely think of all of the video game people that are in the category of video games, I would say Nintendo's the greediest.
Oh, okay.
You see it. I mean, you can get, what is it, like Twilight Princess? You get Twilight Princess on like 5 different consoles. What's going on? What's going on with that?
That's a
You
good
tell
point.
me. You tell me. And then every single time there's a new Switch, I lean on
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
You get okay. You get
No,
on to me.
no. So I think it's an interesting point of view. I think to me, I feel like it's become a little bit more noticeable over the last few weeks. Like Mario Galaxy being a $70 release. I think
one hit me too.
that was brutal, I feel like.
It's a little brutal because it's got 1 and 2 on it.
Yeah.
So you're basically buying it for 2, right?
And you see, that's what everyone's defense has been. When I brought it up, people was like, God, $35 a piece. And my response to that is, that doesn't make sense to me if you look at 3D All-Stars. That was a $60 release, three games, and Galaxy was one of them. So in my eyes, Nintendo has valued Galaxy as a $20.
A little greedy. You guys tell us. You'll tell us. I think it's a little greedy.
Yeah, my last question, and I got an interesting perspective from Nerd Nation on this, so I want to hear it from your point of view.
He's pretty dumb. Can't believe that.
Does Nintendo being greedy affect your business at all?
You know, I will say that whole, like, we're not going to sell any Mario Galaxy 1s or 2s, not because we don't want to, but I just don't think there's a demand. So I think it does. We just don't really even think about that being a part of our business. Those games, like, we don't even think about it. We don't think about if Toad's Treasure Tracker? We don't even think if they try to re-release that on Switch 2, we don't even think about that being part of our business. It's just like, if they do, they do, you know?
Interesting perspective. Okay, thank you very much for being a part of this.
Always.
All right, has Nintendo become greedy?
Yes and no. And what I mean by that is sometimes yes, but to be fair, every large corporation on the planet is greedy in some form or fashion. So why anyone is surprised by that, I will never understand, because that's just the way large corporations are. But to me, Nintendo does more good than harm, so the scales are a little bit more balanced on the good side, at least for me. So I'm willing to overlook some of the greedy practices. It doesn't bother me all that much.
Okay, so you're 50-50 on them, basically.
Yeah,
okay.
50-50. I'm a Nintendo fan for life, but I can also acknowledge that they can be greedy at times.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's not going to make me love the company any less, personally.
Yeah, I think honestly that might be the best answer we've gotten, because there are definitely points that they've been greedy, and there's, like you said, times that they haven't, times that they were kind of forced to do it. Like with the Amiibo prices, they were, in my opinion, really forced to make those increased prices. So, good response.
Appreciate you, man.
All right, we got my good friend Bryce JW here.
Hey.
How you feeling today, bro?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm tired.
Yeah.
I've been asking everyone.
All right.
Obviously, over the last few weeks, especially over the Nintendo Direct that just happened, people have been having the conversation, has Nintendo become greedy? Do you think they've become greedy?
No, I do not. And the reason why I don't think they're greedy is because people don't realize that it's supply and demand. They're a business. They gotta make money just like everyone else. So that's my opinion on the matter.
Okay, Bryce. Well, I appreciate that, bro.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Has Nintendo become greedy?
Yes, they've always been greedy because they're a business. And a business's only obligation is to its shareholders. And we got to remember that. I wish that they were just in it for the love of the game. And at times, that might be the motivation behind it. But at the end of the day, they've got to make a profit. And if the market dictates that your games are going to sell at $80, it's illegal for them not to do that, because their obligations to their shareholders. And if their shareholders aren't making money, they're defrauding their shareholders.
Okay.
And I hate that. I wish that was not the case. I wish every game was $1, but the world we live in, we got to play by their game. They're the ones making the games. We're living in their world, and it's sad. It's just the reality of.
So is that how you've always felt?
No.
Okay.
I had to be an adult before I figured all that out.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough. Well, thank you very much for that
brother.
response.
Appreciate you, man.
What's up?
I'm doing well. How about you?
Good, man. Not all the fancy, smashy intro stuff. I already know what you're talking about. Is Nintendo greedy? Is key cards greedy? Do you like key cards, people? Well, I love key cards. But let me tell y'all something. All of y'all little youngsters, y'all talk about Nintendo is greedy and all this kind of stuff. You wasn't around my day when Nintendo only gave certain companies so many cartridges you had to get Ultra games for Turtles, because I like Turtles. But no, I don't worry about that. I don't think Nintendo's greedy. What I think is people complain too much these days. What it is about the games. I love video games. I love Nintendo. I love PlayStation. I love it all. So I don't really care about is Nintendo greedy. I'm gonna buy it. I'm working hard for my money. I want to enjoy whatever it is. Yeah, I love key cards because you know what? When I'm done with the game, I can sell it back to GameStop. I've got some good games. You know about GameStop. We talk about GameStop. We all about to go to GameStop. So yeah, so I love all video games. Companies are companies. They don't owe us anything. You don't have to buy it. Don't worry about it. But just play the games and have fun. Right?
Yeah, right.
All right,
Absolutely.
buddy. All right, buddy. That's right. That's right.
Okay, so Nintendo. It's been very talked about over the last few months.
Right.
Particularly on the greed side of things.
Right.
Do you think they have become greedy?
I think so, and my argument is not the $80 Mario Kart. It's not the $600 Switch 2. To me, it's how much they go after, like fan projects and stuff like that. They go after like people with ROMs and stuff like that. It's I think they're greedy on the more the trademark side. But also, I'll tell you, I was interested in a Switch 2, but then when the price came out, I was like, you know what, I think I'll hold out. My Switch is like an indie game machine. I play almost exclusively indie games, like, you know, just whatever there might be. So I don't buy the newest Mario game every time it comes out, so I'm kind of an outlier. But yeah. I'll just keep my original Switch and that indie machine.
Okay, all right. So is it, you don't think they're greedy in any way with like the $80 stuff?
No, they are. They are.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that too. But also, they're mean to the little people too.
Yeah, no,
you know?
I get that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I gotta say, you're the first person that looked at it from the perspective of the ROMs and stuff.
Yeah.
Everyone else.
Nintendo they take down like every ROM hack website that you can find, and it's insane.
All right, that was a good response. Thank you very much, bro.
Thanks, sir.
All right, so something we've been asking everyone today.
Okay.
Is Nintendo greedy? This is something that's been brewing over the last few months, particularly really with the Switch 2. That's where the question has really sparked. I think people have felt this way for a bit, but now everyone's starting to feel it.
So what the consensus is, people are saying yes, they are?
Yes.
Okay. At the end of the day, it's a business.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And while I don't believe the thought of charge what you can because you can, that's what they're doing, but is that their fault or is that the consumer's fault because they're paying for it? So once people stop paying for it, hopefully they'll stop doing it. But are they greedy? They've been making money since day one, so I don't know about greed. Like the bottom line is, as a business, to make as much as you can. And unfortunately, not just with Nintendo, with a lot of things, people don't like it. People complain about GameStop forever and ever. Well, stop going.
Yeah.
Stop going to GameStop. You can go other places too. You can go to mom and pop. You can go to Best Buy to buy a game. Target, Walmart. You can buy these games somewhere else. You don't like it, stop supporting it. That's the way I see it personally. So I'm not going to say they're greedy. If you feel that way, stop supporting them. Bottom line.
I think it's an interesting perspective because something that no one's brought up in the video, but I think now is a good time to bring it up. Nintendo's really the only company that gets away with controversy because people still end up buying it. Like Skyward Sword HD, to me, is like the perfect example. There was so much complaints about that being $60. Sold like 5 million copies.
People have been complaining about prices of games forever. Like, Nintendo can't charge $60 for a game, but PlayStation can charge $70. Think about it. I'm just saying, think about it for a second, right? And I'm not defending Nintendo here. I'm trying to speak some logic and maybe things people haven't thought about yet.
Yeah, no, yeah.
But at the end of the day, everyone's charging for their online services, Xbox included, PlayStation included. Everyone is charging out the nose for their games right now because it costs them more to make. You got to understand economics just a little bit before you go, oh, well, they're just greedy. We don't. Not that I'm agreeing with what Nintendo's doing. I'm not saying that at all. But the thing with Nintendo is you can't play Legend of Zelda on PlayStation. You can't play Donkey Kong on Xbox. And now PlayStation and Microsoft are starting to kind of, okay, you got this game now, we got your game now, stuff like that, which should be that way anyways, because the real money's in the software, not the hardware. But that's a whole different conversation. So, but look, if you don't like it, stop buying their product. That's the way I see it.
Thank you very much, man.
No problem, man.
All right, guys, that is the responses we got. I'm definitely interested in hearing your guys' perspective as well in the comments. It can be good or bad, however you feel what's good and however you feel is bad. Let us know. Let us know what team you're on. Team greedy, team not greedy. I want to hear all of it in the comments down below. But guys, I have been talking for way too much. Make sure to backslash that subscribe button, like the video, check out the Twitter, Discord, Instagram, all that good stuff in the description below. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.